Hey, it's your boy Hendo checking in, coming y'all with another video, and today we got Be Prepared. We got a lot of things going on with the economy, U.S. currency, USD, food shortages. Now we got oil shortages going on. It's just best you be prepared. This is not fear mongering. This is me telling you the truth, bro. And if the news ain't telling you, or major news people are not explaining to you what is going on, then you won't understand it. You know what I mean? And I have plenty of videos. Go check the other one out about what's going on with the China dumping the US dollar. You know what I mean? Go check out the other one with, it's a whole bunch of videos I got on my channel that you can look at. Go check them out. Like, comment, subscribe, hype this video up if you can. Let me know how you guys feel about the situation. Are you getting prepared? Because I have. Me and my family, we've been stocking up water, you know, the essentials, canned goods, things like that can last us for months, you know what I mean? Just in case. Because say you're wrong. Okay, now you just got a bunch of food you can live off of. You know what I mean? But say you're right. You don't want to be, you know what I mean? You don't want to be the one that thought everybody was playing with you, and then they wasn't playing with you. Let's get into the video.
The petrodollar is dead. It's and the oil cliff is coming. I don't know.
Go ahead on back and watch Flick of the Wrist explain the petrodollar. Because if you're not making any moves, like starting a garden, because the price of food will be unaffordable for many, stocking up on non-perishables now so that you can lock in that price. If you don't have the money, I highly recommend you to visit a food bank or a church, because word on the street is that their resources will dry up, because that's one of his cuts. Learn how to fish and hunt. We get most of our seafood from overseas. Will you be able to afford those imported prices? Start stocking up on wood and things like blankets and rugs to seal cracks. You gotta stop spending because you need to prepare. Find a village of like-minded people. This is happening in real time. No, I ain't speaking this shit into existence. Everything he touch, he turns to shit. So while you at it, make sure you know how to purify some water. Make sure you know how to start a fire without a match. Make sure you can cook without your stove. Now we gotta look out for one another. Stop taking your blankets to the thrift shop and the Salvation Army and give them directly to the needy because they can't afford those stores. Haven't you seen the cuts? There will be millions of people without a home or food to eat. So we need to stick together and be a community.
And this reminds me of a program I'm trying to start. I'm trying to start a program where we teach our young brothers and sisters to survival tactics and survival things, like how to survive out in the wilderness, and not just to survive out in the wilderness, but to grow food, to what you can and can't eat out of plants, what plants you can use for medicinal use in your area, and things of that sort. You know what I mean? Like, create a situation for us to start learning these things, because a lot of black people have been put in a box to think that, like, oh, that's white people shit. Doing outdoorsy shit is like white people shit. And I used to think that shit too. And so I started doing it. And I'm like, oh, especially city niggas, I would say, more likely. Like city black folks, less than country black folks. But, you know, certain shit we just don't do. You know, black folks as a whole. We ain't going outdoor in the middle of the woods camping for weeks. You know what I mean? I'm not saying no black people are, but most of us ain't. So, you know what I mean? Like, we got to... And if everything was to crumble, we got to know how to survive. Like, we got to know, like, a lot of these boys who grew up in the city, all they know is the internet and things like that. If all that was to shut down today, they would not make it. You know what I mean? And we can't be mad at nobody for not knowing what they wasn't taught. So even me, even all of us, I want to start something where we can all learn. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll start reacting to certain videos, like survival videos and survival tips, and we'll start taking notes together. You know what I mean? Taking our notes together and making it like we can create a journal. You know what I mean? A journal, a black journal for survival or something like that. Together, we'll do it together, and then we can all sell it as the product. You know what I mean? Like, we can really do that, but let's do it together and spread that to our people, that type of energy, because we need it, and not just black people, but all people. We need to start teaching everybody, because they got us locked into this futuristic way of living without telling you that all this can disappear tomorrow. And you'll be stuck. Like, your mind won't know how to process. Like, a lot of people will just be gone. You know what I mean? Gone themselves, because, bro, ain't no way they could survive without the internet, Google telling them where to go. I remember me and my girl was just talking about it the other day. You know, like, we were riding down the way, and I'm like, I remember. She was like, I remember my mom and dad using the the actual MapQuest papers, like print them out and take them when we go on a trip. And I'm like, damn, I remember that too. We was going to Cali, and my dad print out the MapQuest papers. My stepmom be reading it and shit. Like, they arguing over which turn they were supposed to get off on. Like, I remember them days. A lot of kids don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? And a lot of us don't even know how to. A lot of people don't know basic shit like start a fire. Would you be able to get heat for your family in a situation if you need it? Would you be able to feed your family? Would you be able to hunt? Do you know how to hunt? Do you know how to set up traps? Do you know how to get clean water? Do you know how to purify your water? Do you know how to purify salt water? Do you know how to do certain things that I think we should all have the basic know-how of doing? Like, that should be something taught in school. Now let's keep going.
Hey you guys, so I haven't released a word in a long time. I usually don't do it as often as I used to. But a few months ago, I kept hearing in the spirit, okay, a lockdown is coming, time to stock up. Just wasn't sure of the dates, but I knew to keep stocking up, make sure we stock up, and I didn't know why. So, past weeks, I've been hearing in the spirit, and also had a dream as well, that we need to stock up. This lockdown is approaching. What I'm getting, maybe a lockdown for about a week or two. So not long like COVID. I know that for sure. But this time it's going to be different because it's going to be a lockdown where we can't go anywhere, right? We're going to have to stay inside, okay? I think everything is going to be shut down. So please stock up. You should always have enough stuff in your home to last, okay?
Number 3 post. Things sped up in us crashing, okay? And it's done so in such a horrible way where people are being squeezed of every penny that they have, where they can't afford to go buy groceries. They can't afford to go buy gas. Hey, it's hitting us too. So, I know how difficult it is to stock supplies. And a lot of people are being advised to do what they can. In fact, I even advise people to do what they can, pick up a couple of cans here and there. Guys, it's getting really, we're coming up to the point where we're not going to have supplies to get. So this slow go, easy flow is ending. Okay? Do what you can to be creative to get as much as possible fast. Speed it up, guys.
Forget gas prices. Your grocery bill's up 25% and it's about to get worse. Now, here's why. I own 3 businesses, a bar, a motorcycle shop, and a tattoo parlor. And vendor prices are climbing across all of them. Same pattern, same timing. That's not coincidence. Fuel spikes lead to shipping spikes, lead to supplier costs going up, which means your costs go up. But the real threat, fertilizer. Modern farming runs on it. Russia and Belarus control 25% of global fertilizer exports and 40% of potash, which is a critical ingredient. Now, fertilizer production runs on energy, and when energy spikes, fertilizer production gets hit. Less fertilizer equals lower yields, equals tighter supply, equals higher prices. It's not an overnight collapse. You all know that $150 doesn't fill your cart like it used to. So here's the smart move. Stock 6 to 8 weeks of basics that you already eat. Beans, rice, pasta, canned goods, things that you can easily store. Build a $1,000 cash cushion. Cut Netflix or a gym membership or something else you're not using. Early moves beat panic buys. Because by the time fertilizer shortages hit the news, they're already in your grocery cart. And disruptions don't announce themselves, they just get expensive. Gas prices make headlines, food prices empty bank accounts. So I'm stocking up now while it's still sort of cheap. So watch supply chains, not news cycles. You know they just spread chaos.
Yeah, my beautiful viewers, just want to say thank you for tuning into my video here. I'm actually just going to keep encouraging people, keep preparing yourself, keep stocking up on your food, your necessities that you need, stock up on water. As I said, each person in your family should have at least a gallon of water per day. So try to have at least 30 days of food. Now, I always recommend more than 30 days, but I do understand financial situation with a lot of people because of inflation and what's going on, because when inflation happens, people paycheck don't go up, and I get it, but there are times we have to make sacrifices. We have to spend our money on things that really matters instead of buying stuff that doesn't matter. For example, a new pair of shoes is not going to feed you or make you eat food. Can't eat it. So these are the things that people need to come to realization with and realize what's necessity and what is wants. And you have to prioritize your life carefully. And I encourage people, and I do get messages from people where people are actually doing these things. So I just want to say, keep doing it. The oil that's been stored above ground on a global scale is basically gonna be gone by the mid-June 2026. Once that's over with, the serious crisis is gonna kick in when it comes to energy and it comes to food supplies, transportation, cost of living. Everything is just going to go ballistic, and this is going to be on a global scale. This is not just for the Western world or Europe or whatever. Everyone is going to feel this. So I encourage people, starting coming this summer is when people are actually going to really see what I'm talking about. Anytime after June, going further down, and I really see serious situation happening in August, the beginning of August. That's where the global chaos is really going to kick off. So please, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep stacking up your necessities for you and your family, because I promise you, you're going to use it. Because what I see unfolding on the Strait of Hormuz is going to affect everyone, every single person, especially when it comes to food and energy. So keep doing you, keep stocking up, and do the best you can. And as I recommend 30 days minimum. But if you can go over 30 days worth of food supplies and water, please do so, because you're going to need it. Stuff like beans, rice, milk, powdered milk is the best thing you want to keep, because powdered milk can last for a long time, and so forth. Canned foods and stuff like that, canned vegetable, canned fruits, and all that stuff. So, and pasta, stack upon these things because you're going to need it. And don't forget water, folks. Again, thank you for watching. Stay blessed.
Don't get left holding the bag. But I want y'all to comment. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about it. What do y'all think this is right? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think the petrodollar is going out? Do you think what do you really think about the situation? Like, comment, subscribe, hype this video up if you can. I appreciate y'all for coming through, and I'm out.